Zimbabwe, officially the Republic of Zimbabwe, is a landlocked country located in southern Africa, between the Zambezi and Limpopo rivers. It borders South Africa to the south, Botswana to the west, Zambia to the northwest, and Mozambique to the east. The capital and largest city is Harare. Since the 11th century, present-day Zimbabwe has been the site of several organized states and kingdoms, as well as a major route for migration and trade. The British South Africa Company of Cecil Rhodes first demarcated the present territory during the 1890s. It became the self-governing British colony of Southern Rhodesia in 1923. In 1965, the conservative white minority government unilaterally declared independence as Rhodesia. The state endured international isolation and a 15-year guerrilla war with black nationalist forces. This culminated in a peace agreement that established universal enfranchisement and de jure sovereignty in April 1980. An ethnically diverse country of roughly 13 million people, Zimbabwe has 16 official languages, with English, Shona, and Ndebele the most commonly used. President Robert Mugabe serves as head of state and government, and as commander-in-chief of the armed forces. Renowned as a champion for the anti-colonial cause, Mugabe also has a reputation as an authoritarian figure responsible for Zimbabwe's problematic human rights record and substantial economic decline. He has held power since 1980, as head of government until 1987, and head of both state and government since then. Etymology: the name Zimbabwe is based on a Shona term for Great Zimbabwe, an ancient ruined city in the country's southeast whose remains are now a protected site. There are two theories on the origin of the word. Many sources hold that the word is derived from Dazimbabwe Mabwe, translated from the Karanga dialect of Shona as large houses of stone. The Karanga-speaking Shona people are found around Great Zimbabwe in the modern-day province of Masvingo. Archaeologist Peter Garlake claims that Zimbabwe is a contracted form of Dazimbabwe, which means venerated houses, in the Zezuru dialect of Shona, and is usually applied to chiefs' houses or graves. Zimbabwe was formerly known as Southern Rhodesia, and Zimbabwe Rhodesia. The first recorded use of Zimbabwe as a term of national reference was in 1960, when it was coined by the black nationalist Michael Morma, whose Zimbabwe National Party became the first to officially use the name in 1961. The term Rhodesia derived from the surname of Cecil Rhodes, the primary instigator of British colonization of the territory during the late 19th century. Was perceived as inappropriate because of its colonial origin and connotations. According to Morma, black nationalists held a meeting in 1960 to choose an alternative name for the country, and the names Makobana and Monomotapa were proposed before his suggestion, Zimbabwe, prevailed. A further alternative, put forward by nationalists in Matabeleland, had been Matapos, referring to the Matapos Hills to the south of Bulawayo. It was initially not clear how the chosen term was to be used. A letter written by Morma in 1961 refers to Zimbabweland, but Zimbabwe was sufficiently established by 1962 to become the generally preferred term of the black nationalist movement. In a 2001 interview, black nationalist Edson Zavibgo recalled that the name was mentioned by Morma during a political rally, and it caught hold. And that was that. The name was subsequently used by the black nationalist factions during the second Chimurenga campaigns against the Rhodesian government during the Rhodesian Bush War. The most major of these were the Zimbabwe African National Union, and the Zimbabwe African People's Union, led by Joshua Nkomo from its founding in the early 1960s.